What's up guys, Mr. Bazy here, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of a commentary basically pertaining to Undertale. Now I'm not going to make this very long because I just want to kind of state some things that have kind of been taking place since the second video. The way that I was playing the game, really quickly, just want to say off the bat, I did not want to kill anybody. I wasn't really taking suggestions, that's just the way I preferred to play the game. You know, I wasn't following anyone's advice to not kill anyone or whatever it might be. But the reason that for a lot of people were getting kind of upset that I killed Toriel, I didn't mean to kill Toriel. I really did want to, not kill anybody. Specifically what I thought was that you were supposed to keep attacking her, and then eventually she would just give in and be like, okay, well, you're strong enough, you can go back, you can go past. So I just wanted to make this commentary really quick just to kind of state that right off the bat, because a lot of people seem to get mad at me and make it seem like I did it on purpose. I was totally under the impression that that she would let me go once I proved myself. I didn't expect for my last hit to do 300 damage when I was doing 50 damage before. I was expecting to get to maybe a fourth of her health or something like that, maybe a fifth of her health, and then spare again or something, because I thought I needed to take the fight out of her or show her that I was strong enough to go into whatever place is dangerous. So I literally tried every other option except flee at least once. I wasn't aware that if you just keep pressing spare that eventually she just let you go. I mean, that's not really common sense, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm just going to keep pressing spare and eventually it'll work. That's not the first thought that came to mind. She said, prove myself. I was like, okay, I'll fight her for a little while and then show her that, I'm strong enough. I mean, that's kind of what it means to me anyway. So I do apologize. I know it kind of upset a lot of you guys. And I know I'm supposed to go through the game the way I want to and not let your guys's, I guess, tips or whatever, affect my playthrough. Because, Undertale is supposed to be played, from what I've heard, based on your own actions and decisions. But the fact of the matter is I really did not want to kill anything. That's kind of what I wanted to do. I know that there's technically two ways to play the game. One where you don't kill anything, and another where you do kill stuff. And I really haven't looked into any much more of that. And I do briefly skim the comments. I really once a comment gets to the point where it starts to seem a little spoilery, I just just kind of stop reading at that point. So you guys have been really good about not giving me spoilers, or at least being very gentle with anything that might be considered a spoiler. So I do want to first off say thank you for that. I really appreciate you guys being so considerate, because I know the game is supposed to be played from a perspective that wouldn't know everything about the game. So thank you for that. But I just wanted to let you guys know to ease your mind on the whole thing, because I know that it did upset a lot of you guys. I know that there's a specific way you want me to play the game. Thankfully, that's the same way that I want to play the game. I couldn't imagine how it would be if I actually wanted to kill stuff. And I know a lot of you guys would probably be pissed, but when it comes right down to it, I did want to do the so-called quote-unquote pacifist run. I didn't want to kill anything. You guys saw I didn't kill anything at all beforehand. I was under the impression that sometimes you need to attack it a little bit to get it to the point where it's it doesn't want to fight you anymore. When Frogget in the beginning told me that, sometimes if you do something with an enemy enough or whatever, then it could end up not wanting to fight you, and then you could show it mercy. That's what I kind of thought. I thought if you fight it for a little while, it's gonna not want to fight you anymore if you keep whooping its butt, and then eventually you can spare it and it would be okay, I'm done, I won't fight anymore. That's the impression I had of the game. So I suppose it was just a slight misunderstanding. I do apologize if it aggravated any of you guys. But again, even if I did choose to continue doing it in this way, which I probably won't, I'll go back and change it, because again, I was just confused as to how to get past that part. I had a different, I had a misconception as to how to beat that particular part. I thought it was, just fight Toriel to the point where she was weak enough to spare, because I tried sparing her, you guys saw it, and it didn't work. Of course, I'm not going to immediately think, oh, hey, let me just keep sparing, because eventually it'll work. I thought I have to get her low enough health to the point where she will give in and tell me I'm strong enough to go on. So just wanted to point that out. Just wanted to tell you guys that's not what I intended to do. I mean, you guys could even see by the way that I reacted when she ended up dying, once her health completely depleted, because that was not my intention at all. Once her health completely depleted, you could go back and watch my reaction. I was shocked. Like, I didn't expect my last hit to do 300 damage. I was fully expecting to get her down to like a small sliver of health based on the damage I was doing, which was like 50s or 60s at the time. I felt I had like 2 more attacks in me before she would go down, and then I could spare her within that time frame and like, not actually kill her. So that was what was going through my head, and I do apologize if it upset a lot of you guys, because it seemed like nearly every comment, except for a few, were kind of like making it seem as though I intended to kill her, like I had some sort of like, you know, I wanted to just kill Cow Mom. And by the way, a lot of you guys are telling me she's a goat. She looks like a cow to me, okay? I know that I can see that I can see how she looks like a goat too, but I like calling her Cow Mom. Goat Mom sounds weird. I don't know why. I don't know why. Goat Mom just sounds weird to me. You guys want me to call her Goat Mom? I think Cow Mom sounds a bit better, but in any case, that's just kind of how I'm gonna play through it. You know, I've up until this point, nobody's really like kind of told me how to play my games, but it was really weird. I do appreciate you guys being so passionate about it, but when it comes right down to it, I do my own thing that seems to be what you guys have always enjoyed. But thankfully for both of us, I did not want to kill Toriel, so I will be going back and changing that portion and then continuing on. Now that I actually know how the game works, people tell me all you got to do is keep pressing spare. All you got to do is act and press spare. You never actually have to fight. But again, I was under the impression before that sometimes you had to fight just to get them down to a certain portion of health where they're willing to give in. Like Luke's, for example, Luke's just didn't want to give in. Like that particular enemy, and also Snowdrake. Those are 2 characters that like did not want to give in when I spared. I spared a couple times. I ended up having to flee from them, so I'm assuming that's how you have to beat them. But in any case, you guys know my spiel, you know what was going through my head, and hopefully you're okay with me going back and changing that one thing, because in essence, I would not have done that if I had known differently. Like, if I had known you could just, you know, not fight at all, like that wasn't even a necessity whatsoever, to actually get to the sparing part where the sparing would work. I didn't know that, so if I had known that, I wouldn't have actually attacked her at all, but again, I was under a different impression. So, like I said, the way that the game made it sound like sometimes you needed to fight a little to discourage whatever you were fighting from fighting, if you guys get my point. Like, if you're so strong that eventually it gets scared, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to mess with this dude because he's got bigger gonads than me, you know what I'm saying? So that's basically my point, but either way, hopefully you guys are okay with that. I know this commentary went on a little longer than I wanted to, but I wanted to get my full, like, opinion and expression out there, because it did seem to kind of like affect you guys like a lot, which, you know, I'm happy or passionate about, but you know, at the same time, I didn't want to make it seem like I intended to do that, is my point. So with that being said, you guys, you can expect a little, I don't know which video is going to go up first today, but today, of course, is going to be a surprise video. It will probably be this one, but do expect another one later on today. I'm really excited about putting it out. It's either going to be later today or early tomorrow. But that's all I'm going to say. It's a special video. It's nothing like, it's not overtly new. It's not like a brand new video, but it will be a new video. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I know a lot of you guys are new subscribers, so hopefully you'll check it out and enjoy it as well. But in any case, with that being said, definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved. If you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. That's really awesome too. Of course, that directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a Sage in Training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Bazy, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.